Let's get salty!
Everyone, Zeddy here again with another Hearthstone / StarCraft mini set card review. I feel like I'm just gonna struggle with that every single review, but regardless, we have one card revealed, but I was not gonna wait until the next batch of reveals because it is the hero card for the Terran faction, playable by Warrior, Shaman, and Paladin. And yeah, starships are gonna be launching a lot, a ton, over and over with this new card. And will it work? I have no idea, but we're gonna take a deep dive into this card because there's a lot to talk about with it. And if you want to win this card or any of the other cards from this mini set, we are giving away 3 mini sets out of my pocket. To enter that giveaway, like and comment in the video, link down description below, the one with that thumbnail over there. Be subscribed to the channel, and for every 1,000 subs we get until next Tuesday, I will add another mini set to that giveaway. So hit that sub button, make me go broke. So there's 3 hero cards launching with this mini set. This is the first one to be revealed, and again, playable by Warrior, Shaman, and Paladin, the new starship classes, right? And we have Jim Raynor. He is a 7 mana card, and yes, he has a battle cry: relaunch every starship that you launched this game. You get the 5 armor as always with the hero card, and we've seen with like all the mana cheat things like that 1 mana mech, the 1 mana spell for Shaman. Launching starships in these classes will be much cheaper and easier than any other class. So being able to do that and then getting to double dip and relaunch and have a full board of starships with possible incredible effects, clear the board, dealing damage, healing, giving you who knows, right? There's a lot going on with this card. And I will note the rules of these cards, considering it is neutral, but what if I like burgle this as a priest, right? And play it, what happens? Do I become a warrior? Do I become neutral? What happens? My understanding from the devs, if you play any of these type of cards, it's like Reno Lone Ranger, you basically just keep your class. So you'd be warrior, or if you're a priest and you steal this, you'll be priest and discover priest stuff. So that should be relevant for all these cards. So again, relaunching starships, pretty incredible. And on top of that, of course, with a new hero card, we get a new hero power. And well, Jim Raynor, he needs his stim pack, a 2 mana hero power. You summon a 2/2 Marine with taunt. So Frostwolf Grunt, basically. That's pretty terrible. But on top of that, you give your Terran minions +2 attack. And considering like the starship minions, all the starship minions this set or this mini set, they're all Terran minions. They're likely going to get buff when you relaunch that in hero power, right? That's pretty good. The Marine itself should get a buff. So you're basically summoning a 2 mana 4/2, not really a 2 mana 2/2. And it does not hit the stuff in your hand. It doesn't hit minions in your board. It is purely just buffing the board. So you're not like getting even more value out of it. But yeah, it's pretty good, right? You can incrementally or gain some attack damage on your board, get taunts, then plus a taunt could, like you're just facing weapon rogue, they got to get through a taunt every turn. That could be pretty annoying. I could just see it like wild, like Kingsbane rogue. They've run out of removal and you just keep hitting your hero power to get a taunt. Like I'm sure this is way too slow for wild, but still, you know, that is a relevant thing. So there's a lot to talk about. There's a lot to unpack with this card, considering I look at Warrior in particular, right? You have Hydration Station, which if you have your Arcanite Defense Crystal or whatever it's called, that starship piece coming back over and over, you can relaunch it. You know, you can resummon it and then relaunch it. You could like double, triple dip on these starships. You got the Exodore too, right? Returning those starship pieces to your hand for 1 mana and then replaying them, and then Jim Raynor can relaunch them again later. It's very expensive stuff though, right? It takes some time to get going, but again, we already mentioned the mana cheat implications going on with the with these classes, right? Getting those ways to launch those starships for cheap will help a lot to be able to relaunch. And there is another note I got from the devs on this. Let's say I've launched like 10, 12 starships in the game. What happens when my board fills? Do I still like maybe get the value of like what, you know, a battle cry or an effect could be from that? if you launch 7 starships with Jim Raynor, it just stops. Once the board is full, you no longer get any more starships. So that's something to keep in mind. It's something very relevant that, you know, you can only max out your value so much on this card. What's the downside of this card? Well, you kind of need to launch starships. This is unlike most hero cards in Hearthstone, outside of, like, say, Galakrond, where you really wanted to invoke to upgrade your Galakrond and get more of a boost from it, and you had to play invoke cards to do that. This is the most narrow hero card ever. You literally can only play this if you're playing a starship deck. You're not playing this just for the upgraded hero power. If starships don't work, like they haven't worked very well in the Great Dark Beyond, they don't work very well for these new classes, Jim Raynor is effectively a dead card. He's pretty crappy because all he does is relaunch starships. See, the battle cry is the main reason to play this card beyond anything else by a mile. Like, that hero power is not nearly relevant enough. So it's really going to come down to how good are these starship decks for warrior, for shaman, for paladin. None of the starship pieces are winning the game on their own, but when you're mass spamming it and getting them out for cheap and launching them and doing good stuff, that will add up and be a big deal, considering a lot of them deal damage and deal stuff like that. Not only can they help you stay alive, they can kill your opponent, which is super relevant. I don't know if I could give this a 5 stars. I feel like I can't, because again, it's so narrow, and I have a feeling all these hero cards are going to be narrow based on their factions, right? So we'll see. Like, I imagine, like, Protoss will be based on Protoss, and, you know, the other, I can't remember the other faction name. We'll get to it when we get to it. But yeah, I feel like they'll probably be pretty narrow, but as a result, I'm still gonna give it a 4 to 5. I'm sold on a lot of the starship stuff because mana cheat good, damage good, healing good, armor good, all that's good stuff. Like, I could absolutely see it happening in Wild. No, it's way too slow. You're getting OTK'd by turns 5 and 6 in Wild. Like, there's just no way, but maybe in Standard it can happen. So we'll give it a 2 in Wild, but yeah, the first of the hero cards I do not think is a letdown, and let's hope, or maybe not, I don't know, maybe it won't be fun to get starshipped all the time. But yeah, let's hope that starships will finally launch for real with the StarCraft mini set, and I think Jim Raynor will have a big say in whether that is effective, because yeah, this is one hell of a payoff card. But yeah, we got more reveals coming later today. I think there's 2 more videos I got planned. Like, there's lots to go over, so stay tuned for all that. If you enjoyed the video, please like and subscribe. Have a great day and stay salty, my friends.